saying, He relies on the Lord, he relies on the Lord, let him deliver him.
May the Lord be in my heart and on my lips, that I may worthily proclaim his gospel, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. First thing in the morning, the chief priests, together with the elders and scribes, ensured the whole Sanhedrin had their plan ready. They had Jesus bound and took him away and handed him over to Pilate. Pilate questioned him. Are you the king of the Jews? It is you who say it, he answered. And the chief priests brought many accusations against him. Pilate questioned him again. Have you no reply at all? See how many accusations they are bringing against you. But to Pilate's amazement, Jesus made no further reply. At festival time, Pilate used to release a prisoner for them, anyone they asked for. Now a man called Barabbas was then in prison with the rioters who had committed murder during the uprising. When the crowd went up and began to ask Pilate the customary favour, Pilate answered them, Do you want me to release for you the king of the Jews? For he realised it was out of jealousy that the chief priests had handed Jesus over. The chief priests, however, had incited the crowd to demand that he should release Barabbas for them instead. Then Pilate spoke again, but in that case he said to them, What am I to do with the man you call King of the Jews? They shouted back, Crucify him. Why? Pilate asked them. What harm has he done? But they shouted all the louder, Crucify him. So Pilate, anxious to placate the crowd, released Barabbas for them, and having ordered Jesus to be scourged, handed him over to be crucified. The soldiers led him away to the inner part of the palace, that is, the Praetorium, and called the whole cohort together. They dressed him up in purple, twisted some thorns into a crown, and put it on him. And they began saluting him, Hail, King of the Jews. They struck his head with a reed and spat on him. And they went down on their knees to do him homage. And when they had finished making fun of him, they took off the purple and dressed him in his own clothes. They led him out to crucify him. They enlisted a passerby, Simon of Cyrene, father of Alexander and Rufus, who was coming in from the country to carry his cross. They brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. They offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he refused. Then they crucified him and shared out his clothing, casting lots to decide what each should get. It was the third hour when they crucified him. The inscription giving the charge against him read, The King of the Jews. And they crucified two robbers with him, one on his right and one on his left. The passers-by jeered at him. They shook their heads and said, Aha! So you would destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days, then save yourself, come down from the cross. The chief priests and the scribes mocked him among themselves in the same way. He saved others, they said. He cannot save himself. Let the Christ, the King of Israel, come down from the cross now, for us to see it and believe. Even those who were crucified with him taunted him. When the 6th hour came, there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you deserted me? When some of those who stood by heard this, they said, listen, he is calling on Elijah. Someone ran and soaked a sponge in vinegar and putting it on a reed, gave it him to drink, saying, wait and see if Elijah will come to take him down. But Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. And the veil of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. The centurion who was standing in front of him had seen how he had died. And he said, in truth, this man was a son of God.
His spirit and his life he breathes in all. Now on this cross his body breathes no more. Here at the centre everything is still, spent and emptied, open to the core. A quiet taking down, a prizing loose, a crossbeam lowered like a weighing scale. Unmasking of each thing that had its use, a long withdrawing of each bloodied nail. This is ground zero, emptiness and space, with nothing left to say or think or do. But look unflinching on the sacred face that cannot move or change or look at you. Yet in that prizing loose and letting be, he has unfashioned you and set you free.
My God, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? They divide my clothing, casting lots for my robes. Do not leave me alone. I will praise you, O Lord. Make haste to help me. My God, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? I will tell to my people, I will call out your name. Oh, give praise to the Lord. Oh, give glory to God. Reviewed Israel.